Welcome to Aurora Audiobooks, the place where powerful books meet calm narration. Here, we bring you stories of wisdom, motivation, and self growth that can transform your daily life. We begin with the timeless book Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Ikigai is a beautiful concept that combines Iki means life and Gai means worth. Together, it means a reason for being, that special purpose that makes you look forward to each new day. Through this audiobook journey, we will explore how finding your Ikigai can bring joy, meaning, and balance to life. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the wisdom of Ikigai together. Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life, written by Hector Garcia and Francesc Miralles, explains how people in Japan, especially in Okinawa, a region known for long-living people, practice Ikigai in their daily lives. It shows that living with purpose, simplicity, healthy habits, and meaningful connections can bring happiness, fulfillment, and longevity. It all represents the place where four important elements of life meet. First, what you love, passion. Second, what you are good at, skills or talents. Third, what the world needs, purpose or contribution. Fourth, what you can be paid for, profession. Chapter 1, Ikigai. Ikigai is a deeply rooted Japanese philosophy that means the reason for living or the reason to get up each morning. It's about discovering what makes life meaningful and fulfilling. Unlike Western ideas that often separate work and passion, Ikigai blends what you love, what you are skilled at, what the world needs, and what you can earn from into one harmonious purpose. When you find your Ikigai, you experience a sense of joy and motivation that comes from knowing you are living authentically and contributing something valuable. This concept is not just about achieving big dreams or finding a single life goal, but about appreciating the everyday journey. It encourages people to focus on small, consistent actions that bring satisfaction and well being. Many people in Japan believe that having an ikigai helps with longevity and mental health because it provides a stable sense of direction and a reason to stay engaged with life even through challenges. In essence, Ikigai invites us to reflect on what makes us truly happy and how we can combine our passions, talents, and societal needs into a balanced, purposeful life. It's a gentle reminder that meaning comes from connection to ourselves, to others, and to the world around us. Finding your ikigai is an ongoing process, a personal joy of self discovery and fulfillment. Chapter 2, Anti Aging, the Art of Staying Young While Growing Old. The chapter explains that people in Okinawa live remarkably long and healthy lives, not just because of what they eat or how they move, but because of their mindset and lifestyle. The authors visit the village of Ogimi, also known as the village of longevity, to observe firsthand how the elderly live. They discover that many of the oldest people in the village are still active, smiling, socially involved, and doing what they love. Whether it's farming, cooking, practicing martial arts, or painting. Unlike in many Western countries, where retirement often lead to sedentary and isolated life. Okinawans rarely retire in the traditional sense. Instead, they continue in engage in their passion, contributing their community and maintaining a sense of usefulness. An important theme in this chapter is that staying young is not only about physical health but also about mental and emotional well being. Okinawa's approach life with a light hearted attitude, low stress, and a strong sense of community. This lifestyle contributes to their longevity. The book also introduced the flow concept, a mental state in which people become fully immersed in what they are doing. The authors argue that people who often experience flow by doing things they love and are good at tend to live more fulfilling and longer lives. This reinforces the importance of Ikigai as it often brings people into a state of flow. The chapter touches on scientific research related to aging. It explains that emotional stress, inflammation, and oxidative damage plays significant roles in aging. However, people who have a strong sense of purpose tend to suffer less from chronic illness and enjoy better mental health. Studies have shown that people with a defined life purpose live longer and handle adversity more effectively. Therefore, Ikigai is not just a philosophical idea, it has real, measurable impacts on health and longevity. Finally, this chapter challenges the Western concept of retirement. In many cultures, retirement signals the end of productive life, but in Japan, people continue doing what they love well into old age, not because they need to earn a living, but because their work is tied to their identity and joy. The authors argue that it's not necessary to stop working altogether. Instead, one should aim to continue engaging in meaningful activities throughout life. This mindset not only brings happiness but helps people to stay physically and mentally active, contributing to their overall well being. Chapter 3, Logotherapy. Viktor Frankl's Search for Meaning. This chapter focuses on Viktor E. Frankl, an Austrian neurologist and psychiatrist who survived the horrors of Nazi concentration camps during World War II. His personal suffering and experiences led him to develop a revolutionary psychological theory called logotherapy, which means therapy through meaning. Frankl observed that in the concentration camps, people who had a strong reason to live, such as loved ones waiting for them, unfinished work, or faith, were more likely to survive than those who felt their lives had no purpose. He concluded that the primary human drive is not pleasure, as Freud said, or power, but the pursuit of meaning. According to logotherapy, even in the most miserable or hopeless situations, life can have meaning if one can find a purpose to fulfill or a goal to achieve. Frankl explained that life never stops having meaning, not even in suffering or death. What matters most is how we respond to the situations life presents. We might not have control over what happens to us, but we always have control over our attitude and our response. For example, even when everything is taken away, a person still has the freedom to choose how to face pain, fear, or loss. The authors of Ikigai connect Frankel's philosophy with the Japanese idea of Ikigai, which translates to reason for being, the thing that gives your life value and makes you look forward to each day. Both logotherapy and Ikigai focus on finding purpose and meaning as the key to a happy and long life. The chapter also discusses how logotherapy is used in modern psychotherapy instead of focusing on past trauma as traditional psychoanalysis does. Logotherapy encourages people to look toward the future, toward their goals, dreams, and responsibilities. A therapist's job is to help a patient discover what their unique mission in life is. Frankl believed that meaning can be found in three main ways: through work or creating something valuable, through love and caring for others, through suffering by finding meaning in pain and endurance. The chapter includes example of how this approach helps people overcome depression, boredom, and anxiety. When someone realizes that their life still has purpose, they regain the motivation to live and improve. In conclusion, this chapter teaches that the search for meaning is a lifelong process and is essential for happiness and health. Just like Ikigai, logotherapy reminds us that even in difficult times, having a purpose, no matter how small, gives life strength, direction, and peace. Chapter 4, Finding Flow in Everything You Do, focuses on the idea of living with complete engagement and presence in whatever you do. The authors Hector Garcia and Francesc Miralles explain the concept of flow, a term introduced by psychologists. Flow is a state in which a person becomes totally absorbed in an activity, losing track of time and self awareness. In this chapter, the person's mind and body work together effortlessly, and the activity itself becomes deeply satisfying. It is neither too easy to cause boredom nor too hard to cause frustration. Instead, it perfectly matches the individual's skill level and challenge. The chapter emphasizes that flow plays an important role in achieving one's ikigai or purpose in life. When people do activities that bring them flow, such as painting, gardening, teaching, or cooking, they experience a sense of joy and fulfillment. The authors explain that people in Okinawa, known for their long and happy lives, often engage in tasks that creates flow such as farming, fishing, or traditional craft. Even in old age, they remain active and immersed in meaningful work, which gives their life purpose and keeps their mind sharp. To achieve flow in daily life, the book suggests several methods. One must choose activities that challenge their abilities but are still within reach. Have clear goals, eliminate distractions, and focus on doing one thing at a time. The authors highlight that multitasking breaks concentration and prevents keep engagement, while focusing on one task leads to mindfulness and peace. Flow also encourages people to focus on the process rather than the outcome, enjoying the act of doing something instead of worrying about results helps the mind stay in the present moment. The authors also note that flow can be experienced not only in work but in hobbies and simple daily activities. Ordinary tasks like cleaning, gardening, or cooking can become enjoyable when done with full attention. This idea reflects the Japanese philosophy of mindfulness and simplicity, finding beauty and joy in everyday actions. When people consistently experience flow, they naturally feel happier and more satisfied with life. In conclusion, Chapter 4 teaches that flow in everything you do is a key to happiness, balance, and meaningful life. Flow brings harmony between mind and body, helps individuals discover their ikigai, and makes every moment of life more purposeful and fulfilling. Chapter 5, Masters of Longevity. Here, people don't just live long lives, they live happy, healthy, and purposeful one. Many of them cross the age of 100 while still working in their gardens, laughing with friends, and living each day with joy. So, what's their secret? Let's explore. Simple and peaceful living. Okinawan people live close to nature. They wake up early, move their bodies, and do small, meaningful tasks daily. They don't rush through life, they enjoy every moment with calmness and gratitude. The Okinawan diet. Their diet is light, colorful, and full of nutrition. They eat vegetables, tofu, seaweed, sweet potatoes, and fish, and very little meat or sugar. Most importantly, they follow the ancient rule hara hachi bu. Eat until you are 80% full. This keeps their body healthy and prevents overeating. They drink green tea and herbal teas, which help them stay calm and refreshed, always active, never retired.
Even at 90 or 100, Okinawans keep themselves active. They garden, walk, dance, or do simple exercises like Tai Chi. They believe that moving the body keeps the mind young. For them, there is no such thing as retirement, only the joy of doing what they love. The power of connection, Moi. In Okinawa, everyone belongs to a Moi, a group of friends who support each other for life. If someone is sad or sick, the others help. No one feels alone. This strong bond of friendship and love keeps their hearts light and their lives stress free. A calm and positive mind. The people of Okinawa have a very positive attitude. They smile often, forgive easily, and stay thankful for small things. They don't chase money or success, they value happiness, peace, and kindness. Their emotional balance is a big reason for their long, healthy lives. Lessons from the masters of longevity. From the Okinawan elders, we learn: find your ikigai, your purpose. Eat wisely, not too much. Keep moving, stay active daily. Stay connected with people. Be grateful, calm, and joyful. Their message is simple: long life doesn't come from medicine or luck, it comes from living with meaning, connection, and love. So, the next time you feel lost or stressed, remember the people of Okinawa. Live slowly, eat mindfully, move daily, love deeply, and find your ikigai. That's the true secret of longevity.
Chapter 6, Lessons from Japan's Centenarians. They have a positive attitude. The centenarians of Japan always stay cheerful, grateful, and calm. They don't worry much about the past or future. They live in the present moment. They smile a lot, enjoy small joys of life, and practice kindness. They say a smile is the best exercise for your heart. They stay connected with nature. The people of Ogimi live close to nature. They walk in the sun, enjoy fresh air, and respect every season. Nature gives them peace and helps them feel alive and thankful. Message from the centenarians. The old people of Ogimi teach us that a long life is not just about years, but about happiness, peace, and connection. They remind us stay active physically and mentally, eat simple, healthy food, keep good friends and community, stay positive and smile, live with purpose, enjoy nature and small things. In conclusion, the biggest lesson from Japan's centenarians is that longevity is not a secret medicine but a lifestyle. When you live with love, purpose, and balance, you naturally live longer and happier. In simple words, don't rush life, enjoy every moment with a smile. That's the real secret of a long and beautiful life. Chapter 7, The Ikigai Diet. It is based on the eating habits of people who live very long lives, especially in Okinawa, Japan. Their food is simple, natural, and healthy. They eat a lot of vegetables, fruits, soya products like tofu, beans, and whole grains. Meat, sugar, and oily or processed foods are eaten very less. This kind of diet gives you the proper body nutrition and keeps it free from many diseases. Another feature of the Ikigai diet is that the food is fresh, seasonal, and lightly cooked. This helps in preserving vitamins and minerals. People also drink green tea regularly instead of sugary drinks. Overall, this diet helps in maintaining good health, increasing lifespan, and living a happy and balanced life. Chapter 8, Wabi-sabi and Resilience.
This chapter introduces us to beautiful Japanese ideas, wabi-sabi and resilience. Both of these are deeply connected with peace, acceptance, and inner strength. The authors explain that to live a long, happy, and meaningful life, we must learn to accept imperfection and recover from difficulties, just like the Japanese people do. What is wabi-sabi? Wabi-sabi is a Japanese philosophy that teaches us to find beauty in imperfection and simplicity. In simple words, Wabi means simplicity and humility, and Sebi means the beauty that comes with age or time. Together, Wabi Sabi means accepting that nothing lasts forever, nothing is perfect, and nothing is complete, and that's okay. For example, a cracked old cup, a faded photo, or a wrinkled face. They all have a story, a charm, and beauty in their imperfections.
Lessons from this chapter: accept imperfection. In today's world, everyone wants perfection. Perfect looks, perfect life, perfect success. But life is never perfect. Japanese people believe that imperfection is natural and beautiful. Instead of being sad about it, they embrace it. They say a scar is proof that you survived. So instead of hiding our flaws, we should learn from them and grow stronger. Resilience, the power to bounce back. The word resilience means the ability to recover from challenges, pain, or failure. The Japanese call this spirit gamen. It means patience, endurance, and strength during hard times. Japanese has faced earthquakes, wars, and many natural disasters, but their people always stand up again. Calm, strong, and hopeful. This is resilience in action. They believe fall 7 times, stand up 8. Resilience is not about avoiding pain, it's about rising again after the pain. The Kintsugi story, Beauty and Brokenness. There is a famous Japanese art called Kintsugi. It perfectly shows the idea of wabi-sabi and resilience. When a cup of bowl breaks, instead of throwing it away, the Japanese repair it with golden lacquer. The cracks filled with gold make it even more beautiful than before. This teaches us that our broken parts, when healed with wisdom and experience, become our golden strength. Moral: don't hide your cracks, fill them with gold. Accept change gracefully. Life keeps changing seasons, people, situation. The philosophy of Webishebi tells us to flow with change instead of fighting it. When you accept that everything is temporary, you stop fearing loss. You start enjoying the present moment, the now. Simplicity brings peace. The Japanese live a simple and beautiful and peaceful life. They don't believe in showing off. They find joy in small things: tea, flowers, sunset, and silence. They say simplicity brings clarity and peace. So, instead of chasing luxury, they focus on balance, calmness, and mindfulness. Final message from this chapter: the strength in being soft. The true meaning of this chapter is that real strength is quiet and gentle. You don't need to be hard to survive, you just need to be flexible and calm. Like bamboo, it bends in the wind but never breaks. Lesson: be like bamboo, bend, don't break. Conclusion is: in this chapter, the resilience of Baby Chevy teaches us that life is imperfect and that's what makes it beautiful. We all face pain, but we can heal and shine even brighter. Simplicity, patience, and acceptance are keys to peace. When we embrace changes and imperfection, we find true happiness. In simple words, don't try to be perfect,
Just be peaceful, thankful, and real. That's where your beauty lies. This is the last chapter of the book, and it beautifully ties together everything we learned from the Japanese philosophy of Ikigai. The authors remind us that Ikigai is not just a word, it's a way of living, a daily practice that helps us live longer, happier, and more meaningful lives. In this chapter, they show us how we can apply Ikigai in our daily lives. Whatever we do, wherever we are, what is the way forward? The way forward means how we can move ahead in life with purpose, calmness, and joy. It teaches us that every day is a new chance to live our ikigai, our reason for being. It's not about reaching perfection, but about enjoying the journey and doing what makes our soul feel alive. Live your purpose every day. You don't have to do something huge to live your ikigai. Even small, simple actions like caring for your family, creating something new, or helping others can give your life meaning. The authors say the happiest people are not the ones who have the most, but the ones who are busy doing what they love. So find something that makes you forget time, something that gives you inner peace, and make it a part of your daily life. Balance work and leisure. In Japan, people work hard but they also know when to rest. They take time for tea, for nature, and for silence. This balance keeps their mind calm and bodies healthy. Lesson: too much of everything, even work, steals your peace. Balance is the secret to long life. A little effort, a little rest, and a lot of gratitude. Stay connected with others. The Japanese people, especially in places like Okinawa, believe that community gives life meaning. They often meet in small groups called moi to talk, laugh, and support one another. Lesson: when we connect with others, our hearts heal faster. So, never isolate yourself, surround yourself with kind and positive people. It keeps you spirit young and alive. Focus on the present moment. The way forward in life is not to live in the past or worry about the future. It is to enjoy the present, the only time that truly belongs to you. Japanese wisdom says, live slowly with full attention. When you eat, just eat. When you walk, just walk. When you love, love deeply. This is Ikigai in action. Never retire from life. The Japanese people don't believe in retirement in the way the modern world does. Even after their jobs end, they continue doing meaningful things, teaching, gardening, helping, and creating. They say, as long as you are alive, you have something to give. So, the way forward is to keep learning, keep sharing, and keep moving. Cultivate inner peace. Modern life is full of noises, stress, and comparison, but people with ikigai chooses calmness. They meditate, walk in nature, and live simply. Lesson: a calm mind sees beauty everywhere. Inner peace gives you energy, clarity, and resilience to face any storm. Embrace change and keep growing. Nothing stays the same forever, so instead of fearing change, we should grow with it. Just like trees that bend when the wind but stay rooted in the earth. Lesson: when you stop growing, you stop living. Change is not an end, it's a new beginning, a new chance to discover your ikigai again. In conclusion, the true way forward At the last of the book, the authors remind us your ikigai is already inside you. You just need to listen to your heart. To live with ikigai means to wake up with purpose, stay active and curious, eat simply and healthy, be kind and thankful, love what you do, live in the present moment. Final message from this chapter is if you have a reason to live, you will never stop finding joy in any sunrise. In simple words, the way forward tells us that Ikigai is not just a destination, it's a lifelong journey. It's about living each day fully, peacefully, and meaningfully with gratitude for being alive. In one line, do what you love what you do, and live every day with purpose. That's the true way forward. Thank you for spending these peaceful moments with Aurora Audiobook. If this story added even a little light to your day, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until we meet again, keep learning, keep growing, and let your mind glow like the aurora.